Hello everyone, Bashar here. So we are back to doing some videos. So I wanted to do a sort of a twink leveling guide for kind of anyone, but it would work best for Deadeye and Huntress. They are very similar, right? Their starting point in the passive tree is very close, so you can just go with either. So guys, if it's a brand new character, of course you are going to start from scratch, but if you have played a character, you will have a few exaltos lying around, and that would be enough for anything. If you have the unique tab here, or if you don't, you are just hoarding your uniques like I am, you can definitely make a decent starter build here. What is important is, let's go to boots. So guys, this boot is not the one. Let me find the right boots. Yes, that one. So luminous pace doesn't require any levels, doesn't require any attributes, and it does give you 10% movement speed and some nice bonuses. So that's pretty nice to start off with, right? You just start off, well, you kill the miller, you get to town, you immediately equip this, right? Also, take this out of the stash for a little while later. For helmets, I would suggest Horns of Binden or Wings of Kalen. I mean, if you are going to go dexterity based, Wings of Kalen is better. And so guys, there is a max roll guide on this, so why do I do this one? So maybe some people like doing watching a video over reading a guide, and more importantly, I do have a bit of things to add, and that bit of thing to add is definitely a Widowhail. So guys, the thing is, a Widowhail is really high ones are very expensive, but even the ones that are around 250 are not really very expensive. Let me demonstrate. Let's not say 3 sockets, but 245. One exotic, guys. So that means a whopping bonus of 245% on our quiver. And what you can do is, you don't even have to buy an expensive quiver. If you have this one drop for you, right? This is basically worthless. Let me take a look at this. What? I guess mine is good or something. I mean, let's just take a look at this. Hold on. Okay, that's more like it. I guess mine was a little bit good. No, that's just lucky. One exalted, one elk. See? And thing is, guys, it's going to amplify the flat damage that's being added, and that means 20 levels of face roll, right? I mean, level 1 to level 20 or level 2 to level 20. By the time you make it to town, you probably will be level 2. So from level 2 to level 20, you'll be kind of one-shotting everything, right? Definitely everything in Act 1. And I'm not talking about, the Count Junior, etc., of course, but, they would be like 3-4 shots as well, right? Insanely good. And, after it starts feeling a little bit worse, just buy yourself a decent quiver that's requiring, close to your levels. Let me just demonstrate, right? I have a decent level like this. Take a look at this one, right? A lot of flat damage, attack speed, bow skills. If you can get projectile skills, that's good, but not needed. The thing is, guys, everything is going to get multiplied by, 3.40, right? I mean, everything is going to get multiplied by 2.40 and added to it, or multiplied by 3.40, however you feel like it. And take a look at this, guys. This item has 26 average damage added, 26. And multiplied by that 3.5, like 90. Huge, right? Everything is gonna die. And in the max roll guide, it suggests that you swap the crossbows in somewhere in the middle, finally, before transitioning into lightning spear. Just pick Widowhail, right, around 250, right? I mean, 3 sockets is just an added bonus. Keep in mind though, guys, lesser runes have no level requirement, normal runes have a level requirement of 15, and greater runes have a level requirement of 30. So if you buy a nice Widowhail and you put 3 greater runes in it, you are in for a nasty surprise, right? You will have to override your glyphs. So it's not going to go to waste. What will go to waste is the runes, right? Keep that in mind. I'm going to do lesser runes, and I would suggest doing lightning runes. Iron gets better later on, right? Earlier on, flat added damage is better. and you are most likely going to play lightning rod and lightning arrow. That's what I suggest, right? If you go lightning rod, lightning arrow, lightning damage is better. You could go gas arrow and flame ball if you want, but you know, getting it done faster, I would say, is better, because you know, with lightning arrow it's one button, and gas arrow, flame ball is two, and flame ball is a casted ability, so it will require casting, which will be slower, right? Attack speed does not help that. And so, you know, I'm just assuming that you want to transition to lightning speed at the end, because that's the strongest build. So if you are going to do that, what I would suggest is, you know, start with Widowhail. You can then switch your helmet to Crown of the Victor, I believe it was called. Yes, +1 skill level. So it doesn't provide resistance and whatnot, but +1 skill levels means, you know, more damage. And the thing is, as I said, this setup will take you all the way to level 20. Wanderlust is a 20% movement speed. So why do I suggest these unique boots over rare ones? Thing is, guys, unique boots can roll higher movement speed affixes before the rares can do, right? So for example, guys, take a look and, you know, search for a 20% movement speed boot at level 11. You will only find Wanderlust. Rares will not be, because rares require something like level 20 or something to be able to roll 20% movement speed. And you know, it goes like this all the way throughout the level, right? So level 1, you equip Luminous Pace, 10% movement speed. Level 11, you equip Wanderlust, that's 20% movement speed. Level 32 or 33, I think, you equip Bushwhack. It rolls up to 25% movement speed. You can get to 25% movement speed at level 33. And as I said, these do not exist on rare boots at that level, right? Rare boots catch up later on. If you have this garbage from your what's the name? Audience with the King, King in the Mist. This is also pretty nice. It's 30%. I just corrupted and got lucky. Requires level 52 to add, and at this point, you know, rares will have caught up. You know, the more movement speed, the better. And I will suggest this chest to your attention. Foxshade is a chest that can give movement speed. You can imagine how rare these are. No level requirement and only 10 dexterity. And this guide is mainly for Deadeye and Huntress, so it's not going to be a problem. So 100% movement speed, that's also very nice. But keep in mind, if you are damaged by 1 HP, it's not going to work, right? So the Flask Up, even if you take the smallest bit of damage, so for it to work, right? And it gives nice attributes as well, as you can see, nice defense, nice the dexterity, right? Movement speed, evasion, that's also nice. And you have to replace these. I mean, I went through the campaign with this one, right? Up to level 60, but that's not necessary. I think it does fall a little bit short. This one is a decent replacement, if I can find it. This can be corrupted to be like 48, 49. So guys, why is this important? Because guys, we can max out our fire resistance, and especially with the amount of fire resistance on this item. And imagine approximately you take 50% of the physical damage, which is the most common damage type, as fire damage. What does that mean, guys? So for 50% of the physical damage that you've taken, you will have 75% armor, right? Armor in air quotes, because you will take it as fire damage, and your fire resistance will work on it, right? And your fire resistance will obviously cap, right? 39 here. You open 2 sockets, you put 2 greater runes, that's 67 already, right? I mean, it's gonna be capped. So this is very useful, right, for survivability. It's very good. It doesn't go 50%. I think it goes up to like 49%, and those are valuable. But you know, not everyone knows it. So you can nick a 48, 49% for a few exalts maybe, but in reality they are pretty valuable. They boost up survivability by a lot. But you know, this Foxshade is fine. And the thing is, guys, everything that I'm mentioning here is like 1 exalted at most, right? You can even get them for cheaper than 1 exalted, right? I mean, the 2 boots I have shown you, Foxshade, right? Cloak of Flame, good Widowhail, everything is like worth 1 exalt, right? And you can also get the good Quiver for 1 exalt as well. So use this Quiver. There's the Quiver. Use Asphyxia. This is pretty good, by the way. It is rather mighty. You know, I tried to replace it at like level 20. I didn't find anything that was good enough. I replaced that 28. You saw the Quiver, and with that Quiver, I finished the campaign. Well, I didn't finish the campaign. I transitioned into Lightning Spear. So, guys, assuming that you want to go Lightning Spear, how to do it? So, guys, for Lightning Spear, you want Frenzy Charges. And how do you obtain Frenzy Charges? You obtain Frenzy Charges with using this beautiful ability, Combat Frenzy, right? But as you can see, it awards us with Frenzy Charges only upon freezing, electrocuting, or pinning. And the thing is, you know, a normal Lightning Spear build does none of these, right? So we need a source of stuff. So pin is not very ideal, so we have to go for freeze and electrocute. And in case you didn't know, electrocute is the second ailment that lightning can inflict. It's the only elemental damage type that can inflict 2 different ailments, right? Well, I mean, chill and freeze, I suppose, for cold. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say that. So cold does chill and freeze, fire does ignite, and lightning does shock and electrocute. But the thing is, lightning does not normally electrocute. Electrocute is disabled by default, right? You have to do some passives, or you have to put up an item, right? You have to make it work somehow, right? And freeze obviously is done by dealing a lot of cold damage. So we can enable either of them, right? How do we enable that? Not this one. I'm going to get to this one. What's the name? Call of the Brotherhood. This one. So guys, what it does is it converts all of your lightning damage into cold, right? And with Lightning Spear, you'll be doing a lot of lightning damage, and all of that gets converted to cold. And of course, that will be a lot of damage, so you will just skip chilling and you will immediately freeze, which means that Combat Frenzy will award you with Frenzy Charges. Do not confuse this ring with this one, as I have. I'm like, how does this spell work? Why do I convert my cold damage into lightning? It doesn't work. I mean, Whisper of the Brotherhood and Call of the Brotherhood, you want the cold one. So that's what awards us with, that's what gives us access to freeze and therefore Frenzy Charges. Or we can do Kitokos. Kitoko allows lightning to build up electrocutes, and you know, when we electrocute, we will be getting Frenzy Charges and the build will work, right? You could do Kitokos, you could do Call of the Brotherhood, you could do some passives here. There should be some passives here. Yes. So it allows us to build up electrocute. Well, the thing is, it does not allow us to build electrocute. It does increase the electrocute build-up, right? And so that's that. And early in the campaign, when you go to the Azak Bog, right, you can grab your first spirit. Oh, sorry, map is a little bit inverted here. No, I'm gonna find it one day. Not here. Good God. Okay. Azak Bog. Not this area, not this area, this area. Phrayton, sorry. Azak Bog is the Act 3 area that gives us spirit. So yeah, Phrayton. This is only on normal. Don't do this place on cruel. It doesn't give anything, right? You can just skip it. So you start Act 1. I'm telling you this because I have forgotten about this one and skipped it, and I was, you know, where is my spirit? Where is my spirit? And it's here, right, in Act 1. So you do this and you grab, I would suggest starting with Herald of Thunder at first, and you can stick to Herald of Thunder if you are going to play with Kitoko, right? But if you are going to play with Call of the Brotherhood, you will have to change it into Herald of Ice, right? That's what the max roll build suggests. And so guys, how and when to change into lightning spear? I would suggest at the end of normal campaign, I think I pushed it and I switched at level 30s. It was a little bit early and it was a little bit painful. At 40s, it's going to be a little bit better because you'll have access to, you know, around 60 passives at the time. That does, you know, bring things into place, sort of, so to speak. Grab yourself a Tangle Tongue, right? This has low level requirement anyway. Deadeye. It's a shield that doubles your accuracy. Here, right? So Deadeye. Tangle Tongue. And, you know, accuracy on your items as much as you can because they will help your crit because of the Amazon Ascendancy. If you're not an Amazon but a Deadeye, I would suggest waiting for a little bit longer before switching because Amazon is stronger early on and then Deadeye catches up and takes over and gets stronger at the end. That does not mean Amazon is bad, okay? Amazon is a good lightning spear character. Deadeye is a little bit better if you have the means, right? And I am talking about 100 divine neighborhood. So if you have hundreds of divines, Deadeye is going to get eventually better. But before that, Amazon is better. So, I mean, if you have an Amazon, you don't have to reroll into Deadeye. Right? Amazon is perfectly fine. So, yeah, I mean, that was the most important heads up I wanted to give you guys. A Widowhail and a decent Quiver can get you throughout the campaign. In the max roll guide, it suggests that you switch to a crossbow. That's not needed at all, right? Start with that Brendan's Wrath or whatever it was called, Asphyxia's Wrath, right? Play until you feel like it feels short. For one Exalted, buy a decent Quiver like this. One Exalted does this, okay? And if you are observing this, so this is important, you observe that I have 5 modifiers on it, right? And I have not done an Exalted Orb on this. Not because I'm a cheap ass. I am a cheap ass, but it's not because of that. Because it can slap some high level modifier on it, and it can bring up the item level requirement by a ton, right? I did screw myself like this earlier on. Do not slap Exalteds on low level gear, right? I had a very good level 18 or so amulet for myself at the time, right? Like one divine, it was very good, right? And I'm like, oh, this is missing a modifier. Bang! Level 57 requirement. Worthless. And I had to go buy another, you know. And to punish myself, I did buy a worse one, right? So the thing is, do not slap Exalt up. So it does not going to respect the item's level. It's not going to respect anything. You can get something that can require high level, right? Be careful. I mean, it's going to respect the item's level, but it can, as I said, be something that requires a lot of levels. And then you will have cheated yourself out of an item and you will have cheated yourself out of the resale value. Don't do that, right? So at level 20s, buy yourself another Quiver. You don't need to change anything else, right? And push a little bit more. Then again, when you feel short at level 40 or so, get another. That's it, right? Widowhail will deliver you. And of course, if you are going to play like that, I would also suggest grabbing for this tree that has been nerfed extremely severely. So, you know, a bit of GGG8 for you guys. This tree used to give 80% bonus on your Quiver. Now it gives 32. I mean, makes me want to tear my hair out. I mean, 80 wasn't nerfed down to 60. It wasn't down to 50. No. 80 is now 32, right? 6, 6, and 20. And that's it. This tree used to be, as I said, 80%. It was beautiful. Now it's 32%, but it's still, of course, going to contribute, right? Especially if you are going to replace it every once and then and grab yourself a good one. So what do we want on our Quiver? We want a lot of flat damage because it's going to get multiplied by 3.4, right? Both skills, attack speed, projectile skills, all are welcome, but as I said, the flat damage is the thing that we want the most. and we'll be face rolling through the campaign, and that's it. I am for the first time doing a 20-minute video. Congratulations me, and I'll see you on another video. Bye bye.